allows a woman provide him a house. I just had a conversation with, I would say it was not a conversation, it was cry for help. It was truly a cry for help from a lady that gets swindled into providing a man that she was marrying, providing men a house, basically selling all her real estate in her country and coming over to US and providing a man that she actually now married to, buying him a home. um, this was not a conversation, that this was truly cry for help, and I just want to talk about this. I'm trying to be as anonymous, and it's probably going to be, I don't think this relationship is going to make it, simply because the roles are so grossly um, overturned. And I personally do not know any couple, any relationship that would survive this, especially if this is a traditional dynamic. Of course, if this is a reverse dynamic to begin with, if the man is in a relationship with, what they called, in a sort of very materialistic relationship, or, I'm not talking about a guy, a 37-year-old guy who is dating 70-year-old Cher, for example. I'm talking about normal, regular people. I'm talking about a woman that was living in a beautiful, gorgeous place in Europe. She was living in one of the most beautiful places in Europe, peaceful, stunning architecture. And so what happened is she trusted in love. She got carried away with just believing the emotions, just believing courting of a man, and she haven't even noticed how she sold her property for almost a $500,000, which wasn't gifted to her. She earned it herself. Yes, some of you know, I have a lot of ladies who from Eastern Europe. They now know my channel. They reach out to me, but my channel is for everyone. I want to just share things, especially in our Western society. Welcome everyone. Especially in our Western society, when the dynamics are uh, so reversed often and so messed up. I don't know how else to say it. Uh, it's really is tragic when you don't have anybody to give you a look from the outside. Every single person, no matter how smart you are, no matter how wise you could be, when you're in love, when you have these emotions, when you genuinely just want to have support in your life, you want to have a person, a partner that you want to rely on. And when you're in this process, it's really hard to see. It's really hard to see what it is. But the thing is about the dynamic, it doesn't matter about your nationality, it doesn't matter about your ethnicity. Anytime a man is switching a provider role to a woman, this is a recipe for disaster. Anytime a man allows or swindles a woman to buy him a house, why it is so important for men to provide a house? I understand that sometimes you are a successful woman. Welcome everyone, welcome. Sometimes a financially successful woman can fall in love with a man that maybe do not have that much, that maybe isn't in the same position, right? But when this happens, a man still need to hold his own, and man still needs to be a provider. If this relationship is if they want this relationship to be built to last. So a lady might have to live in a smaller home. She might have to live in a rented tiny apartment if she believes that this, sometimes you do meet a man and you have full trust in him. He is taking care of you, maybe in a small ways, but you can see his drive. You trust and believe in him. It happens sometimes. You meet somebody young, there are a whole bunch of situations, but under no circumstances a man should allow or encourage a woman to buy and provide a home. Because if this is a traditional, feminine, tender, beautiful woman, she she will crumble providing for a man. It could be again a smaller home, a smaller apartment. It could be living somewhere, sharing something, but it's a very honorable man's role, providing shelter. It comes from the ancient times. It's not about the trends. It's not about what's in fashion. It's not about being materialistic. That is an ancient role of a man, to provide a shelter, food and shelter to a woman. I completely understand women who are very ambitious, who are very smart. There are some types of women, although they could be very fragile and feminine, but they have a lot of energy, they have a lot of talent, and very often they get paid for their talent, for their energy, for their creativity. But it doesn't mean that a man could ever fall so low and allow a woman to provide for him in something so core, so important, for example, like a home. Elizabeth, my darling, thank you, thank you, thank you. Could you please drop some of my links if you have your hands free? Thank you, my darling. Thank you, thank you. Welcome. I'm gonna read all your comments except for the senseless and stupid ones. I'm gonna leave them. So, for those who follow me for a long time, I don't have that many stories with women, but I love that ladies have started reaching out to me, and I just did this. I guess I could call it a consultation, but it really was more of a cry for help. So unfortunately, this young woman have not consulted with anybody. She just felt that she's selling her property. She's doing it because she believes in love. She's a successful woman, like in her prime, in her mature prime. Beautiful, gorgeous woman. And she just believed that this man is meant to be for her. And so she followed through. I don't think she questioned that. She felt it's logical. She has her place. I wish I could tell the city, but just one of the most gorgeous cities in Europe. And she felt like, well, if she starts a new life, she should provide, and she should, help from her side. It turned out that this man, his house was worth maybe 1/10 of hers, and it was kind of old and destroyed, and he planned everything for her, not only to allow, he persuaded her to buy the house, he persuaded her to write a prenup agreement where she was where she, without speaking English the best, without understanding ladies, and even if you speak another language really well, you gotta have a translator, you gotta have an interpreter. Sadly, so he, so she signed an agreement where even though they just met, their relationship was only maybe a month old. They have a marriage that they were only married for a month. She brought that amount of money, lost 10% of it by transferring, and so he forced her to put check marks and signatures where she is legally bound to give him half of the, half of this purchase. And then what is scares me, that's why I really wanted to help. What scares me is that he forced her to write in a will and put himself, not her family, not anybody. He forced her to write a will, and in case if something happens, that he would be a full receiver of everything. And that is when it is becoming really really scary. So these are some of the legal things. These are some of the particular about that case. I can't really talk too much about it. Thank God, nobody knows. It could be one of the million stories, but um, so many things doesn't really have to happen if you sometimes, like, if you're a shopaholic, for example, if you um, love beautiful clothes, if you love buying cars, if you buying alcohol, you have that rush when you go in and do something. One of the best things is step out of the store, sit in your car and think, do I really want this? Can I really afford this? Sometimes you can say, yeah, I don't really have a reason. For example, for me, I love different perfumes and dresses and feminine things. Yes, I may not really need it, it's not water or bread, but I really want it, and my account is showing that I can afford it right now. You absolutely have to step away, because we all have things that we enjoy, and it's okay to indulge and splurge depending on the circumstance. Not when you need to pay your mortgage, and it's not like your livelihood is going to be affected by buying this bottle of perfume or a dress. You just For women, it's actually really good for us to get gifts or receive some things for pure pleasure, unless you're in a situation when you just lost your job, you need to feed your child, for example, and you have to absolutely wait with this purchase. And that is especially applies to when you make a life-changing decisions, when you are about to sell your property, when you are about to make a move, move over the ocean, or even do something very significant. I think that's why we have close friends. That's why we have family. And if we don't have none of the above for some reason, there could be a professional consultant, an advisor, a lawyer, where you sometimes need to force yourself to share what is going on with somebody. So there is a little bit of side view, because when you're in the moment, you're excited. So this beautiful woman, she's so intelligent, she's so smart, she was able to make all this money on her own, being a mother without much support. And it was so painful for me to see that not only this man took advantage of her, he took her out. um, he made her sign papers where she will lose, in the best case scenario, half of everything. She forced her to write a will, which was very weird, um, and kind of gives me very bad feeling about this. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. Uh, but also, he is telling her that she does not have a right to have a car. So he tells her that, well, if you want to drive, we can drive together. So he kind of stole her life. not just the house. A man who is self assured, who is confident, will never take a house as a gift from a woman. Once again, a man would never accept a house as a gift from a woman. The fact that he accepted this is already an alarming red flag. Alarming. So he used her not knowing the new rules in the new country. She has no car. She cannot go anywhere. She cannot buy her own groceries. She cannot have friends. He told her you cannot share with anybody. So I'm really glad that she reached out and cried for help, because she started to think that this is not normal. She said, I started to think he convinced her, as you know, this expression gaslighting. He convinced her, he gaslighted her into believing that he's a man of the house. Doesn't matter that he's a man of house that he didn't buy, but he told her that he's a man of the house. She has no control. She's a woman and she needs to keep her mouth shut. So basically, even though she took on a completely role of a provider, uh, he is telling her that she has no voice. She has no right to speak. She's nobody. And he said, yeah, I'm gonna buy you a car. And then like 2 weeks later he said, you don't need a car. You can use my vehicle. You don't need no car. You don't need all this groceries. She told me she lost a lot of weight because uh she's a Slavic woman. She loves to cook. She likes real food. And she said that, I mean, she's actually very slender, so I don't know how what she had to lose. But anyway, I'm sharing this story just to alarm you. Ladies, I know I have some more ladies watching me right now as well. But first message for men: if you meet a woman that is out of your league, you may not be able to afford the car she wants, or the house you want. If you really know that you were meant for each other, if she truly loves you, she will go with what you have to offer. A man should never try to rise and come up from a woman unless it's a man that is, like Cher's boyfriend. Obviously, if your boyfriend 37 years younger than you, yeah, he expect a all inclusive. Okay, we are talking about normal dynamics, normal people. There are women that love younger men and they're ready to pay for it. That is different. I'm talking about regular, normal people. And this woman became a victim. She just fall prey. He planned everything with the documents, with papers, taking advantage that she is a new immigrant. She doesn't understand the law. He's threatening her, with taking things. And the craziest thing of this, that this man actually works in the law enforcement. So she is double scared because of him supposedly having power. And this is what is a insane thing about our life now. With social media and all these things, people can put a total mask on who they are. And even in international relationships, it's important to spend some time with a person, meet their friends, meet their family. It is so important, because we don't you don't have to trust a picture, because obviously he treated her nicely when he met her. But the fact that he could accept and encourage her to give everything, so she has zero in her account, like not zero, she's actually working online, and she pays for she pays all the bills. So when I'm forced to say, as women, when we are in love, we forget the logic, we find some excuses and so on. But despite of the emotions, despite how amazing and infatuated you can feel as a woman, ask a friend, ask a counselor, somebody who doesn't even know you, ask an advisor, ask a lawyer. You know, some people just trust somebody just for a side opinion before you sign papers, before you do anything. But even if you don't ask anybody ever, just remember that a man that is in touch with his masculine nature, he would never, not only he would not take a house as a gift from you, he would never feel comfortable to take an expensive gift from a woman. I don't know if it's, I don't care if it's a car, I don't care if it's any item that is expensive. You know, women's beauty is not about bringing tangible or material things to the relationship. Women bring to the relationship something completely different that has nothing to do with materialism, especially if you're in a classic dynamic. Some people are more in a partnership dynamic, so that is why American society, for example, Western society is falling apart. But in general, most men would feel really awkward if you buy him the gift that cost you an arm and a leg. So from the tribal times, you know, from the times of tribalism and so on and so forth, men would provide something for a woman. They would provide a hut, you know, like a tiki, is a tiki house, you know, provide something that they built. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter that we are living, you know, in different kind of structures for thousand years. For not thousand, for thousands, maybe millions. I don't know. Men were always providing the core support, the that masculine container, like house, you know, structure, container, protection, and food, shelter, food and shelter. So because so many women are listening to the, well, this is so ancient, this is okay, but you know, I've never met a one situation where a woman invested more in a relationship financially, especially, but also in terms of effort. There is not one relationship that exists where a woman crawled out of her skin, convinced a man to marry her, paid for everything, gave him all she had, and that was a fairy tale, a story fairy tale, you know, a fairy tale for a book. It just does not exist. Thank you so much for writing comments. In even the trolls, I feel very important when trolls write a comment, because I had some years with no trolls, so kind of missed you. Tonight, unless we get too late with our plans, I'm coming on and we're gonna be reading this book. This is one of the greatest book in the history of humanity, and it's called The Way of the Superior Man by David Data. You know, if this lady would read this book, although it's kind of for men, but we really understand the nature of a man reading this book, and it's not trying to play either sides. Um, it's not um, it's not trying to ponder to men or women. This book is actually written based on a human nature, based on polarity. It's a beautiful book, one of the best books ever written. It's a book aimed at men. It's a man read, but it's really a wonderful book for both genders to read because of the depth observation and being this book being so profound. But you know, there is no magic and there is no exceptions. Every woman that is told promises by a man will never be an exception ever. Because a man who is in touch with his masculine, he would not, it's like he would not allow a woman to carry heavy stones, heavy bags, not physically, not emotionally, and not financially. It's impossible, you know, it's impossible because that contradicts the very nature of a man. So we are in for a treat, my dear friends. That is such a beautiful, beautiful book. Um, I might get one of these books, I don't know, for Christmas, maybe several, and give it to some of my best, most active, most supportive subscribers. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. Thank you, darling. Thank you, Jacob. All right, guys. I usually don't go live, at the lunchtime, but I just wanna come come on live and share this. There is no exception for a heterosexual man to allow a woman to provide him shelter. It's a little bit different if you living internationally and somebody is visiting, if the man is visiting you or something of that nature, but not so much, not so much if a woman is kind of forced or persuade you into sell all her property, give a man all the money. So just so for those who've been listening to the story, she has none. She has a separate account. He moved whatever left from the buying a home to his saving account, and she's not allowed to buy a car. She's not allowed to uh, be a citizen. If you live in the United States, if you, especially unless you live in like New York or some major city, you absolutely must have a car. It's not like a luxury. But he tells her that she doesn't deserve a car because he has one and they could go together. It's interesting because if she goes to immigration lawyer, for immigration law, this is considered abuse because a husband supposed to provide uh, shelter, food, and means of transportation. So I really truly hope that this beautiful woman will find a good person to represent her interests, because I believe with all the evidence that she showed me, with all the documents of money transfers, of papers, of signing everything, uh, it should be too obvious that this man planned um, everything to take advantage of her. But this is just a story. This is just something that's that is just something that occurred. I want to, oh my goodness. I want to just share on my channel, for ladies who are watching. It's never right. There is never an excuse where a man can leech off you. Yes, we can make amazing meal for a man we love. We can spend time, but we are not paying man's bills. We are not his mom. The only man who we can and should pay the bills for is our son till the age of 18. If you did not give birth to this man, you are not paying for his bills, you are not empathizing that he lost his job, you let him go and do whatever it takes to take care of the family. um and for a man, I think that one of the issues that going on in the West, a man are being talked into, that we are equal, we are the same, the woman is your partner. And when men kind of lower the strengths, the powers, the ability to be a provider, and they agree for a woman to start providing and start helping, he really lose his power, his innate strengths, his his calling, his ambition, everything. It feels relief at the moment. Oh, I don't have to pay half of the mortgage, my wife will pay it. Or I don't have to pay for my car, my wife will pay it. It feels like a good, sweet relief. Good intentions. She loves me. But all of these things lead a man to a place where in a couple of years he won't even recognize himself, because that takes of his ability to just step into his power and say, what do you mean you're gonna pay for my car? It's my car, and I'm the one who is providing here. The problem sometimes people want to have in the West, especially things that they cannot afford, and therefore uh and they lose their family. You know, both man and a woman going to work, there is nobody to take care of the children. Children are left with iPads. There is no vibrant woman that is enjoying making her dinners, that is enjoying dressing up her children, that is enjoying making comfort. This is all is gone because both people trying to buy some brands or trying to buy some cars or houses they cannot afford. And then before you know it, you lose respect to your husband because you realize he can't even survive without you. It depends, you know, his image at work depends on you, because if you won't help him to pay his car note, you know, he won't look cool. So yeah, let me read your comments, my dear friends. You know, I'm very passionate about these kind of things because this circumstance that happened to this beautiful woman is could be easily prevented if something would went off in her head and she would think, why is a man who is a decade older than me is counting on me coming from a somewhat lower income country compared to US, providing him a home of his lifetime? Why would he ask me to do that? And then force me to sign papers where half will belong to him or a full will belong to him if a tragedy would happen. I cannot imagine. Just imagine, ladies, you have a man who is sweet talking to you in all of this. That's why we need to have some people we can talk to, and it could be anybody that you trust. Hopefully, I know we live in an epidemic of total loneliness, but hopefully that you have somebody that you trust and you can ask for several opinions, because details don't matter when something is so wrong, you know. I mean, details do matter, but they are not significant. Anyway, let me read some of your comments. Thank you guys so much for joining. I appreciate you joining. Is this lunch time? At least here it is a lunchtime live. Thank you so much for joining. Let's see if there is any good questions. Elizabeth, maybe you can help me sometimes. Tell me if there is a good question somewhere. Thank you, everybody. Dave, hello. I didn't get the chance to tell you hello yesterday. Dave, ONG, welcome. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for stopping by. Here is my part of this world. Here in my part of the world, women are here materialistic, but so are men. At 66, one in my age grows since many aspects of a woman, of personalities that I have learned from. Well, you should focus and find a woman with a good character. They do exist, just like men with a good character. Um, as people, we are all materialistic. You know, I'm having this phone. If the bill doesn't get paid for the phone, we're gonna get disconnected. You know, I'm sitting in the car, I'm going places, I just stop by because I just wanted to share. Actually, this conversation really made me very tense and upset. So I wanted to share about it with you. I didn't want to wait till later. You know, we are all materialistic. It's just some people, if you meet a woman who is only focused on what you can give, she doesn't care about you at all. Yeah, it's not a good thing. But man's natural role is to provide and protect. If you don't feel like you want to provide and protect for a woman, it either mean that you step into your family and you becoming a woman yourself, or you just don't feel that for her. You just don't find her amazing. You just don't love her. You don't feel that kind of connection. You don't feel like she is special, because if she was special, you would crawl out of your skin. Men are capable of amazing things when they truly are in love. Not in lust, but in love. But even in lust, they are amazing of great things just for a short time till they get what they want. Very often, men only focus on appearance of a woman. They completely neglect her soul, her heart. They're not trying to know her heart and her soul. So then a woman would be probably solely focused on, on the financial benefits, and I don't think that's great. Uh, Dave, you're so sweet. You'll listen to me as you're falling asleep. Yeah, especially when I go live in the evening and the topic is somewhat relaxing. Some of the people had told me that they love falling asleep to my videos. At first, I was laughing so hard because I said, "Oh my gosh, this is really exciting," listening to my voice. But people told me that my voice is calming them, and they think that I should open an ASMR channel. The issue with opening an ASMR channel is that for me, maybe soft spoken, like relaxed and soft spoken is good, but I don't think that I could whisper on a camera because I feel that whisper is really something too intimate to do it on public. Me personally, I love ASMR. I love soft spoken. I love gentle voices. I totally enjoy it, but yes, sometimes I'm too passionate about the subject, so maybe my voice isn't that soothing at that time. But David, I hope you're taking your nap. Thank you, guys. Thank you for kind words. Hey, looks so beautiful. I love your voice. Thank you, Ladu Premnani. Hello, Detroit. Uh, might I ask why women always seek that makes hard for good men to keep a woman? Find a woman that is in your league and it wouldn't be hard for you to keep her. The problem is very often men want a woman that is completely out of their league, looks wise, financially. So it would be hard to keep her because, in some ways, she passed where you are at. A woman that is meant for you, that you can impress, that's your kind of woman. If you can impress her with your strengths, with your decision making, with attention, with providing things that she needs without your asking, you could find that woman that you're looking for. I could not tell you how much or what a difference attention makes. Unfortunately, we're living in a world where everybody is distracted. But if you only pay attention to the person, and ladies too, when you pay attention to the man, you can make a nice, uh, pleasant surprise to a man, even if it's a written card acknowledging something cool that he fixed or did for you, or anything. We don't need to ask a person, "What do you need for your birthday?" or "What should I give you?" Just observe. If you only observe, you will see all the answers. It's so easy to see what somebody loves, what can make somebody's day. I've never asked a single person what they want for their birthday because I already know. I already have a plan. I see their I know who they are. If that's somebody I know for lifetime, but if it's a new friend, I want to know who they are, so I observe. I know what makes them tick. I know what kind of thing would make them smile. When we move focus just from ourselves to another to another person and their interest, if you just pay attention, you can easily say how to surprise and someone. And the gold is just as much in the idea of a surprise um, than in a surprise itself. Oh my gosh. I'm getting some offers here. Thank you, Tristan. That's a interesting idea. But thank you. I won't read it out loud, but thanks. Thank you, Jacob. Yes, if you have something to share, if you have a story to share, or you're a man or woman and you're struggling with these polarity things, despite of whether you're Slavic, Eastern European, Western, I don't know, Indian, Hispanic, you can write to my email. And if I like your story, if it's interesting, I can share your story and give you like a perspective, not maybe even an advice, but perspective at no cost. I can read your letter on the channel. If you want to talk to me in person, then that comes with the fee, for sure, because I need to take time of my day and give you 100% of my focus directly. So if you want to have a consultation with me, you can reach out to me at this email, consultveronica@gmail.com. Hey, hi KZ, welcome. Wow, Veronica, pretty packed here. Did you go viral again, Veronica? No, no, I didn't go viral again, but I think that people starting to spread the word about my lives, and I have more people attending the lives. And you know, lives is my favorite format. I know that I should be recording short videos, maybe 7, 9 minutes, maybe 10 or 11 pre-recorded, but I love the live. I feel the energy of people in the chat. So somehow, you know, the God gave green light for this. By the way, Kizzy, the video I went viral on, that's years ago, right? Um, I think it was deleted by YouTube from Filka's channel. I think I have it in private because the way things are going, I don't even want to be the, the woke that this world had gotten. I'm sure that this video would just turn everybody upside down. And the thing is, my opinions had changed as well. My views had deepened. But yes, yes, I made once a 1.5 million views, 1.6 actually, 1.6, 1,600,000 plus views on a video on somebody else's channel. I made it for somebody who asked me to do it. But yes, I have one viral video. Well, there was other videos that went pretty popular, but that was one viral video. But that was a stupid subject. I cannot do this again. My opinions deepened a lot since then, and also I don't even like talking about it. So, but anyway, Kizzy, I can't believe you know me from that time. Okay, somebody send me something. Thank you guys. Okay, for those who making these takes and telling me that how dare I am asking for people to support the channel, I'm gonna say this. How much time do you donate or give to people around you, to your community? How many times you had the courage to show your face on camera and not to hide before the picture of a dog or a cat? If people enjoy my live videos, if they have a desire to give from their overflow, if they want to support the channel, I truly deeply appreciate their support. I don't ask, I don't beg, I've never once asked for anything to be done, except for when we had the Ukrainian campaign, when the war had started and people wanted to help particular people through my channel. That was the only time in my entire YouTube years where I asked people, please help if you can. Because, and I also cut a lot of my spendings, a lot of my things, because I just wanted to help. I wanted to help children to eat, people to get on a bus, and so on and so forth. So I still have people that reach out to me, and sometimes we donate money to particular families. I don't really donate to organizations because I don't really know how they managed. But I have a lot of people that want me to come on live, that enjoy the videos, and they get something out of them. So they are welcome to give from their overflow. I will never advise you, anybody, to give me your last dollar or even give anything if you're not called to do so. But yeah, so if you are jealous of people who are online, who have supporters, who have followers, and those followers send them, gifts or money or donations, contributions, open yourself a channel and go, and I'm gonna see, and invite me to watch your video, and how you will see what it feels to actually put your face on camera, and let me know how it goes for you. I'll send you a donation, I promise. My channel is going to be remonetized soon, so soon you'll be able to send a super chat or super sticker. I know that is in the works. I have very little left to reapply for monetization. I think I made some kind of mistake with community guidelines. I don't know exactly, but I'm going to apply for remonetization. But even if it doesn't if it doesn't monetize again, there are other ways how people who love the channel can support it. And also, I'm going to offer some other things and services for people who enjoy these kind of topics. I will never let anybody devalue what I do. You don't have to watch. You can click off, unsubscribe if you don't enjoy it. Nobody's forcing you. We didn't get talk into it. Our economic system and political system was designed to accommodate women's liberation and equality. Well, last time I checked, you have your own choice to make in life. You can go with what's designed, or you can not buy 100-inch TV and not eat fast food every day and not buy the brand new car every couple years, and allow your wife to stay home, hug her children, love on her children, go with them to the parks. She can do some feminine hobbies from home if she wants to. There are millions ways to how to you can now monetize your knowledge, or you can listen to what the government tells you or system forced you. You can use your talents. And by the way, this is something I also can help. I know I have people who watched me for years, and I am an expert on the side hustles. I have several platforms when I have like thousands of sales. um I have a retro shop, I have a vintage shop, I have a forest shop. And now I want to make an intellectual property shop where I can go into depths for the things that I teach. Um, there are millions of ways to do things. Never give the government, like it's a victim mentality to say, oh, but they could have done it. They could have done it so they tax not one income but two incomes, but it doesn't mean that you have to follow it. America has a major issue with consumerism. It's consume, consume, consume. It doesn't mean you have to. I have now two new phones. I had a iPhone 12 for like 5 years. It was a gift. And I do live videos. I kind of need to update my technology as much as possible. I had the iPhone 12. This is iPhone 16 now in my hand, right? Whatever is the last one. But my other phone had to die. Like it had to crumble in the most crazy way. Thank God for the iCloud. I thought that my phone, little funny story time. I thought that my phone got hacked because I was in Mexico enjoying my vacation, and my phone started to take photos. Then it started to push random buttons, send random messages. And I was just mortified. I felt like I'm in Mexico. Somebody hacked in my phone through the Wi Fi. I'm going to lose everything, and all my passwords, everything is compromised. Anyway, it turned out it was nothing like this. My phone got fried. It got burned out in 5 years of abuse that I put it through. With all the videos, reels, lives, videos and photos. So the mother keyboard, because it's a touch, it's a touch phone. So it got cooked. I was mortified when we were flying back. I was like, oh my god, oh my god. So it turned out that the phone wasn't hacked, it just got cooked. Could not take it anymore. So it took a death of a 5-year-old phone for me to get a new phone. Just because every 6 months or every year there is a commercial about this new phone and that new phone doesn't mean you have to buy all that stuff. you know a lot of beautiful and unique clothes I buy in a very unique, unusual places from people that create that clothes. I also love vintage and retro, you know things that's no longer produced, so you can live a very sustainable lifestyle and, as a man, allow your woman to enjoy your presence, to let your wife to keep her feminine presence, not burn it when she runs to her boss instead of running to her children or to take care of the home or making you a meal. When you send a wife to work hard for another man, be ready for the consequences. You remember the CEO. You remember the CEO, right? Don't send your wife to answer to another man. That's all I can tell you. All right, let me read some comments. I'm monetizing my ability to speak because I love to talk, if you didn't notice. Hello, Max. Hello, Danny. Hello, Jokers again. In most American women's eyes, men are never good. Well, this is not true. Yes, in the liberal media, they going insane. But everybody else love and appreciate men. Trust me. I have a lot of friends who are just adequate, and some women just lose hope to get a man who is responsible, who shows up, who protects, who just providing the normal things. Most women, just like many men, also lose the hope to meet a man like this. But in my world, men who have self-respect and who doing the right things in life are greatly appreciated. Don't watch the liberal media that makes fun of everybody who's productive. Hello to California, Marco. Hello. Kikaman, you are absolutely beautiful. Thank you. Ladies who are watching me, you are absolutely beautiful. Hello, Kaftar. Hello. Yes, I'm originally from Ukraine. It's I have ethnicity, mixed ethnicity, but I'm from Ukraine. Yes. Russian accent. Yes, I have Russian. Half of me is ethnically, but I grew up in Ukraine, and Kiev is my favorite place. Re-upload that video. I forgot what you said. No, hell no. I'm not re-uploading that video. Idiots have much to say, messaging you privately with insults. Don't worry, darling. Don't worry, darling. I don't care. I do. I connect with people for my pleasure, and somebody who doesn't like me takes the time to write me something, that just tells me that I'm even more important than I thought. I don't care, my darling. If you would go through, if you would grow up in in USSR or post USSR, and you would go to our school with in-person bullying and name calling, and we drag, when people drag you physically, and and you get hit, the teacher hit you with a ruler. You don't care about online trolls. You really don't. You don't care about all those. Oh, somebody sent me something. Thank you guys for those of you who supported me on my Ko-fi side, on my Patreon side. Please take care of your family, take care of your responsibilities, and if you want to contribute to the conversation, and just make sure it comes from the overflow. But yeah, it's important. Don't ever support anybody if your own wife, your own children, your own neighbors are struggling. Take care of what's around you, and then give $5 or $10 to somebody that inspire you. But never put somebody before your family. I have a super chat on a Cash App uh, from Anthony, and he is saying everything is. He said everything is changing in this world, but you. Thank you. There is something more, but I will keep it because I'm already turning red. Well, he said, but your beauty. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. I don't really have any. People ask me for like beauty recipes. I don't have any beauty recipe except for love, for positive emotions and love. A lot of women get sucked into all these treatments, all this like procedures. I think the best thing to make your face is rest, to make your face glow is rest, and also laughter, and also positive attitude, love, just like feeling love, making yourself feel love. This is for the ladies who are watching me. Literally just generate love inside of you, and you will see that time pass by, but you just glowing. Years pass by, but you keep glowing. I mean, don't neglect the skincare. Of course, you have to take care of your skin. Don't smoke, don't drink, don't be silly. But I think it's important that don't be like this. Don't be mean to others. Don't spend your time um, saying bad things about people unless it's politics. Just avoid it. Feminine energy and masculine energy, yes. Always love hearing your sweet voice regardless of the topics. Thank you, Casey. Thank you. My gosh, you have been with me for a gazillion amount of years. Thank you. Uh, Robert, hello. I like your lips. Well, wow. That's inappropriate. I marry you. Okay, sounds good. Put your application in. There is a systematic problem that affects the family order. Women are not always the breadwinner in the relationships until they were required to work to keep their home. I've already talked about this. You are so beautiful. Thank you, Timothy. Do you live in your car? Yes, I live in my car. You can find my donation link so we can buy me a nice home. Yes, I love living in the car. You know how much I can see? You know how much I can see, man. I actually would love, at first when I came to US, I was thinking, who wants to have this bus, riding bus everywhere? And now I'm thinking, you know what? If I would have an Airstream, I love Airstreams. We could go and see the mountains and sunsets. I don't know. I love views. So Hi from Arizona, such a beautiful woman. Arizona, my dream, not in summer, not in summer, but I have a dream to see Arizona sometime soon, maybe this winter. Like seeing the Great Grand Canyon. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Elizabeth, thank you so much for the coffee. Super chat, I would say. I'm gonna read it if I can. Thank you, darling. I I wish you to get 10 times as much, 100 times as much as your generosity is. Thank you, Elizabeth. I know you always got my back. Thank you. But remember taking care of yourself first. I've actually been doing this live today and I was thinking maybe Elizabeth could watch me and not have to stay up all night. Because I assume it's like evening where you are. Thank you, darling. I appreciate the support. Yes, so thank you, Martin. I love Arizona. It's my dream to see in winter. Important mark. Thank you guys for the kind words. We men love real women. Good for you. I am both. I'm Russian and Ukrainian, believe it or not. Thank you. Thank you. Danke schön. Bitte schön. Learn to write. Okay. You're absolutely important. We are children of God and people need to understand that. Yeah, well, yes. In this perspective, yes. But it just makes me laugh when people who are there to put some garbage around, um, they think that they really make somebody upset. You actually helping the channel to get more exposed. Okay. Are you gay? Yes, I am. If you, I don't know how good is your vocabulary, but gay means happy. You know those Christmas songs? So, very. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna avoid the stupid comments again. I'm going to create my own channel on modern women in America. Well, yes, go ahead. Invite me when you have some subscribers, invite me on your channel. I think it's only fair to say that there are some modern tendencies, but there is a lot of wonderful women in America. I live in America. I know, I see, it depends where you live. You know, I live in a kind of small townish part. There are a lot of beautiful, very hardworking women here. They're not sometimes as vibrant as they could be because they carry too big of a load of things, but there are a lot of beautiful women everywhere. I understand and I know the tendencies. I don't approve it. I absolutely hate the rise of things like online sex work. I think women can use online platforms for their beauty, but not to destroy themselves and humiliate themselves and embarrass themselves with sex work. You know, you can literally show how to grow orchids and get 1 million views. You know, you can show how to raise a child. You can give some tips. You can give tips on homemaking and give 1 million and get. There are so many gifts you can share online with people where you don't need to sell your soul, you don't need to sell your body, you don't need to sell your secret intimate things about you online. That really hurts me a lot when I see that. I'm not in Florida, but I am today in a Florida style. I love Florida. One of my very actually two of my very best friends live in Florida, and I have a bunch of amazing people that I know there. Florida is my dream. Yes. I love Florida, but I actually have an open invitation, but I might have to wait a little bit because it's too hot for me. I am northern. It's just I have a heat exhaustion issue. I'm just like a boiled potato, like 12 to 7. If I'm in Florida, boiled potato. I have to be like in the conditioner. I don't know. It's hard for me. Put your application. Yes, put your application. Veronica, you bounce troll comments off like bullets hitting metal. Thanks, Kizzy. Yes, sir. Who do you support? What do you mean by that? Hola. Hi from Budapest. Your eyes and face so nice and lovely. I send you a warm emotional hug. Well, thank you. By the way, Budapest is my dream. I lived so close to it, but somehow it never happened. I dream to see Hungary, and especially Budapest, and these this like special springs that you have in in Hungary. Go away. One of the best inventions of humanity is electric fly squatter. I can't even tell you what a joyful, fulfilling experience it is to electrocute flies. I don't know. This is just one of the most satisfying thing I've ever done is electrocute flies. Yes, the birds are around. You look like the 50s film star. Oh, thank you. That is the best compliment, Rob. I'll take this. That's my favorite era. I don't remember, but that is the best compliment. Thank you, Rob. I love 50s and I love all the retro uh, beauty from that period. Your ethnicity, I have a mixed ethnicity. We're not gonna go into it. I'm originally from Ukraine, but I'm also Russian and a bunch of other things. Fuchsia says, yes, there is literally a stuffed animal online getting thousands of views for dancing. Yes. Ladies, there is no excuse. I've been dreaming about making a community just for women, where we can just talk about beautiful, feminine, fulfilling things. But if things that I plan will go well, I will do it. I have one thing. If that thing happen, I'm opening the same day. I'm gonna open a YouTube channel for just ladies, like space for ladies. Our feminine things, hobbies, different insights, and not um not anything negative, not anything bitter, but beautiful, inspiring, thriving. I love communities like that. Oh my goodness, it just won't leave me alone, huh? No, not today. Um, yes, future. So there are so many. The thing is, you don't really need to have millions of or hundreds thousands of followers. You can have 500 followers, and if you have something to offer, people will watch you and maybe buy your product, and then you can grow. I took a long time from internet because I want to spend time with my family, just without any technology. So, um, thank you, Harsadeep. Love your judgments. Thank you. Love your hair. Thank you. You like Florida Beach? Yes, of course. I love your accent. Refrigerator William Perry. Okay, refrigerator. Thank you. Appreciate it. It's really hot today. I'm putting my application now. Okay, Timothy. Let me see. Veronica, you're so beautiful. Would love to see you in a black bikini. I would never post my photos undressed, my dear friend. The only time I would wear something very open if I'm actually at the beach on a yacht. So if you provide the yacht, the party, everything's and maybe. Nobody knows you rather than me. Yes, of course. I knew it by now. Okay, Carlos. Yay! Hey, Fuchsia, good to see you. Darling, I need to know. Okay, Elizabeth, go do your thing. Women only channel? Yes. I have this like burning desire to have a women only channel. Not that it's gonna be things that are not interested for straight men. Like, just different secrets and hobbies and elegance and beauty. You can watch it, but it would be for women to share certain things and hobbies. I don't know. We have so many like artistic hobbies that um, it's fun to have a community. I have a couple of friends, couple of girlfriends with who we just indulge. When we meet, we just indulge into some things that for men wouldn't even be interesting. It's just ladies stuff. It's just like I don't want to listen about fishing. I don't want to know anything about UFC. I don't care about, I don't know, basketball or football or whatever it is. So it's kind of like that. But don't worry, I would still have this channel. Ola Art says, looking like Marilyn Monroe from 50s era. Thank you. Thank you, Ola Art. When I was a teenager, I read probably 1,000 books on Marilyn Monroe. I loved Elizabeth Taylor, Marilyn Monroe, all the women, all the starlets, and stars from Hollywood. Yes, I just was just kind of mesmerized with their beauty and femininity, but also learning things, from the depths, other side of the coin wasn't always as pretty as, if you know what I mean. But thank you so much for the kind words. Thank you. My perspective test, would you ever consider voiceover work? Maybe. If somebody would offer. Maybe. I think you did ask us. A couple of people asked me that on the channel. I probably would because it's very as long as it's something that is not doesn't go against my values, so to speak, and against some things that are important for me, I might. Yes. I have favorite voices too that I can listen and it's just like put me to heaven. So would you ever consider moving to the States? I am in the States. I am in the States, Timothy. Somewhere in Midwest. Are transgenders allowed in your women only group? No, because it's women only. But if you mean yourself, if you consider and change your gender, then yes, only for you. Since you've been here for I don't know how long. But transgender are not women. I cannot do any voice impressions. So yeah, Timothy, I live in US, somewhere northern, bordering Canada, but it's hot today as if I was somewhere in Florida. All right, my beautiful friends, thank you so much for joining. I didn't know that anybody would be live or be around at the lunchtime. But yes, I was sharing about the story. Each time the boundaries get broken, each time the dynamics get ruined and reversed, there is no relationship that can survive the broken dynamics, the reverse dynamics. When you plan for one dynamic, you represent one dynamic. There is feminine and masculine, and when a feminine must become masculine to provide, to protect, to take decision, the relationship, the timing, the days are numbered. It cannot survive because it breaks, it destroys the very essence of a relationship. So it's important to remember that for all of us. It's important to remember that there is no exceptions. There is no exceptions to this rule. If a woman gets married and she has faith, respect, and authority, she sees authority in her husband. By the way, feminine women want to see authority. They want to see that the man is wiser, stronger, and has more, have these abilities of fixing stuff and take decisions. It just does something to our soul, you know. But if all of a sudden the dynamic change and the woman have to take on that role to survive, it will be very unhappy time, and then it will end, unfortunately. So guys, if I come back home on time today, if we come back home on time, because we're gonna have some water time, swimming time. It's very very hot. So I'm not sure. So if not today, then tomorrow, come over, enable all your notifications. If you want to see the conversations, you have to hit all, because most of you guys are letting me know that you don't get the notifications at all. So I cannot wait to read this book with you. I already made some notes. It's called The Way of Superior Men. This is a must read for men and women. One of the most incredible books on polarity, on relationships, law dynamics. To understand, even if you're not looking for a relationship or you're not planning to get married, this is a beautiful book. It makes so much sense and just makes complex things very easy. You know how to have my contact. Go to my about section and you will find one of my emails. Have a beautiful day, everyone. Yes. I will also post all of my links and information under the video in a couple of hours. I need to update my description. I have some issues with my description. I was not able to update it. But my email you can see in my description as well. You don't really show up in my notifications, Veronica. Only timeline. I know. I don't know why. Mr. Zanadine, I hope you will use your intelligence to find my contact. I told a million times how to find me. You can look at the description of the video. You can go to about section. But I promise, okay, the thing is I don't have my full information in the description, so I will, in a couple of hours, I will post all my info in the first comment under this video. I need to fix my description actually. Yes, YouTube is going through big changes. For the worst, of course. I don't know, guys. Appreciate my feminine watch. Time watching is actually a very masculine thing, but this is a beautiful porcelain. Actually, it's kind of like a Soviet watch, and it has a hidden clock. So if I close it, it's a bracelet. So I sell unique things like this in my Etsy shop. I Timothy, I'm taking applications. What are you doing? All right, my dear beautiful friends. Once again, I will see you very soon. Check your timeline. Usually in the evenings, 8, 9 o'clock. Um, in the evening, I go live, and we're gonna read a book. Um, Raya, my beautiful girl, how are you, Raya? Hello to you. You are precious. You are an angel on earth, my beautiful darling. Hello, sweetheart. That's a special hug and kiss for Raya, the sweetest girl. That probably my youngest follower. How old is she now, Elizabeth? Is she 4? She's the cutest being on the planet Earth. Raya, just remember that you're my favorite girl. She is 6. Oh, she's a big girl. Oh my gosh. I often say less years to try to make it look that time passes slower. Alright, my dear friends, I'm late actually. Even with the watch on my wrist. I have to go. I love you all so much. Warmest hugs. Yes, I'm in US. I'm originally from Kiev, Ukraine, for those who don't know. But much love to everybody. I hope you will join me reading a book. I know we are all slacking in reading, but there are some beautiful knowledge that awaits for us. So, see you very soon. Uh, Thank you so much for joining. If you enjoy the live, please don't forget to put a thumbs up on a live. And if you really, really want to join other discussions, consider subscribing if that's something that you enjoy. Otherwise, thank you for stopping by. And I will post all my info in a couple of hours under the video. But you can still find it if you go to my about section and even in the description. Veronica reading to us, yes, especially at nighttime. This book we're going to be reading, yes, maybe not like all the chapters, but you know what I mean, maybe not the whole the whole book, but some really amazing highlights. To be honest, this book is one big highlight though. Hey, David Data, if you're watching me, I am a big fan of your work. I doubt he's watching, but maybe one day. Maybe if I tag him, he will know. Au revoir, my dear friends. I will see you very soon. Thank you for stopping by, and I will see you next time. Maybe tonight. Bye, everyone.